Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. My voice is hanging on. We only got 30 more minutes. I think I can make it, but this COVID is no fun. But I'm glad to be able to do it from the house, and I appreciate David Beal and Frank Barton being in studio with our great producers, Shelby McCall. And I really got shocked, surprised, whatever you want to call it, at the commission meeting recently at the Courtyard Marriott out in Collierville. I should have thought about it when Bill Cox asked me if my wife was coming. I couldn't figure out why he was wanting her to come. But when the TWRA and the commissioners honored me, it was – I don't know how you pulled it off, but who better to talk about what's going on at the TWRA? And it's Emily Buck. She is the Director of Communications and Outreach. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Larry. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, well, I don't know. Cox got something going in a hurry, I think. It was a stunner. And, folks, you can go to my website. My website man has even put up what I said because I don't remember what I said. And he's posted that on LarryRay.com with some pictures that the TWRA took and things along that line. But these are busy times. And that commission meeting, Emily, I know there's so many things going on, but one of the things, and you mentioned that, was the OHV rule and the wildlife management plan. So talk about that before we get into other things.
Yeah, absolutely, Larry. Let me just start, though, by saying one more time, congratulations. Our agency has been so proud and happy to get to work with you over your career. We're always grateful for opportunities to be on the show to get to share the work that we're doing and upcoming events and whatnot. And so big congratulations to you. We were happy to be able to present that. So thinking about OHVs, the agency has made a new presentation, a new proposal to make some adjustments to the fees for those off-highway vehicles out at North Cumberland Wildlife Management Area. So the reason for that, OHVs have gotten bigger over time. You know, you used to think about a small four-wheeler. Now they're big side-by-sides. And those cause a lot of damage to the trails that we have to maintain. We're spending about $500,000 on trail maintenance right now for about 200 miles of trails just on that WMA. That's a big ticket for sure. And we also have wildlife conservation goals out there. And so we want to make sure we're balancing outdoor recreation opportunities with important wildlife conservation work. So right now, folks need just one permit per vehicle. And at the commission meeting, we proposed that all occupants of the vehicle would have a high-impact conservation permit. Right now, about 80% of folks who are out riding on the WMA are actually non-residents. So we're really looking at those tourism dollars. If you think about it, they're good for the community to be able to come in, put some beds and hotels, and good for those community restaurants. But we're really committed to being sure that we're able to generate funding to be able to put back towards maintenance. So we're also creating some new categories of fees. So right now, people have an option to use a hunting license or a WMA permit. Sportsmen's, lifetimes, of course. So now we'll have some new categories. There's going to be a youth annual license for this high-impact conservation permit for OHVs. There's a one-day option if someone's just in town for one day. We've got a 3-day for folks traveling in. There will be an annual for adults, and then there also will be a new guide license category. That's something that we heard in a lot of the conversations is there were folks doing this as a business model, going out and guiding folks on these trails, and so we wanted to be able to capture some of that. So this is a proposal. So it'll be voted on at the December commission meeting. Like always, people are invited to comment on that, either on the public notice through the website or by attending the commission meeting.
And Frank Barton is a former owner of Barton Power Sports and things along that line. Frank knows all about these OHVs and how they've exploded. Because I can see one of those slingshots going on at WMA, Frank, but I can see some of the other ones, and particularly I didn't realize, Emily, that there's private operators right around the WMA.
Exactly, there sure are. And, that's actually how we came up with some of the proposed prices for the new permits. We looked at what those private parks, private entities had their prices set at, and then we took a look at that. We actually were about 50% lower than those private entities. So our proposed prices brought them up in line with what the industry standard is, and we're really optimistic that that's going to help us fill this gap of maintenance. And the important thing is all the funding that's generated from these new license dollars is going to go back into OHV maintenance. So it really is conservation funding. It works the right way, where you go out and you have a good time, and you also help pay for the maintenance.
Hey, pay for the maintenance, and that'll be voted on at the December commission meeting. It was very well presented at the recent commission meeting, and you guys also, in your job, came up with some new plans for deer and turkey management, and I noticed that you're also going to have some public meetings coming along.
That's right. So we're in the early stages of a new plan, a new process for deer and turkey management, and we are very optimistic that it's going to help us better account for stakeholder values as far as our hunters, as well as different organizations in the state who are impacted by deer and turkey management, as well as better utilizing all of the available data that's out there related to management. So we have partnered with Tennessee Tech University to facilitate stakeholder focus groups. And so that focus group was made up of some really great partners, including UT Extension, USDA NRCS, Cattlemen's Association, the Poultry Association, even the Department of Transportation, because we all know that deer cause quite a few automobile accidents every year. So they have a stake in how deer and turkey are managed for sure. But that really great group of stakeholders helped draft up the very beginnings of a proposal for how we might go about changing our season setting process and new hunting unit maps. So that's kind of a key thing on the hunter side, is that there will be new maps coming out.
Coming in 2024 when the agency sets season setting. I think we do it every 2 years. Is that right, Emily?
That's right. So the season setting process that hunters are familiar with will still be the same. So the agency will have a proposal for a new set of seasons, and then that'll go before the commission as a preview. The commission, of course, will have an opportunity to make changes or to hear input. We'll, of course, take public input on that finalized proposal, and then the commission will vote on it. So that part of the process still very much so the same. On the internal side, what will be changing is how our biologists go about looking at what the best season-setting proposal might be. So one of the things that we've partnered with Tennessee Tech to do is to create new modeling that allows us to factor in more data, such as hem-to-poult ratios for turkey, harvest data, and then that model will help predict what the best season package will be to achieve our goals and objectives. And so the other thing that stakeholder group did was help outline some clear objectives that our Tennesseans care about when we think about what do they really care about, what are their values when it comes to hunting. And there are things that won't surprise you, Larry. Maximizing a healthy population of deer and turkey, maximizing hunting opportunities for folks, maximizing satisfaction. Of course, we want our hunters to have a good time out there and to have successful times putting meat on the table. And even just maximizing the number of hunters. So those are some objectives that stakeholder group came up with.
And then these public meetings, Emily, I see there's one in Jackson at the Tennessee Ag Research and Education Center in Jackson on October 23rd. So you've got 4 of these, and what are these for?
That's right. So this is still just a draft of what some of those season packages might look like, depending on where we're at with the population. And so we still need lots of public input. We want to hear from hunters. We want to know what they care about, what they'd like to see for these seasons. and bag limits especially. So we have opportunities for public input across the state starting on Monday, October 23rd in Jackson at the West Tennessee Ag Research Center. We're moving the next day, October 24th, we'll have a meeting in Nashville at our Region 2 TWA office. And then in Crossville the next day at the Shooting Sports Park. And then finally we'll wrap up in Morristown. All of those meetings are 6 to 8 p.m. local time. And the way those meetings will be set up, our biologists, our wildlife team, they're going to have a short presentation at the beginning where they'll give you an overview of the proposal and more details about it. And then they'll have stations set up around the room where you can go and talk specifically about turkeys, specifically about deer. So we wanted to break it down, give people the opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with our biologists. So it felt a little more personal. We had an opportunity to have better conversations with folks.
And that's the 23rd. That's Monday for us in West Tennessee at the Ag Research and Education Center. Emily, thank you so much for taking time. I know you're a busy person, but you guys do a great job, and it's a privilege to team up with y'all and do what I can to spread the word about TWRA over in West Tennessee, okay?
All right. Well, I'm always happy to talk to you, Larry, and hope you get to feeling a little better.
Thank you. All right. You can go to tnwildlife.org, right, Emily?
That's right.
That's it, man. I go to it every day and get all this information. Thank you, Emily. Have a great weekend, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. I know y'all hadn't said anything to me. We're going to take a break. We're going to turn this last segment over to David Beal. He's going to talk fishing, and I'm going to listen because my voice is gone, and I'm ready to get out of here. Take it away, David, when we get back on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.